people who are thinking, like in your case, like retiring before 60, essentially, let's just use that as a benchmark. Before 60, the most essential things to take into account would have to consider, let's say, health insurance being one, and how you figure that out, and what would be the other kind of 2 or 3 other main things to keep in mind?
You know, there's a lot that happens way before 60 that you got. First of all, it's the start of a new journey. It's not a destination, and that's we talked a little bit about that. It's the start of a new journey for you.
Yeah.
There's a few basics you have to get right,
exactly.
And unfortunately, you've got to get them right when you're like 18, 25, 30 years old. And if you get these things wrong, you're going to pay for it on through retirement. The first thing I tell people, if a 22-year-old or 18-year-old came to me and says, "Hey, Joe, what's the one thing? Tell me one thing I should do to have a good financial career," you know, and this may shock you, I would say invest in yourself. The biggest return you're going to get is on investing in yourself. Now, if you say, "I want to be a school teacher and that's my passion and that's where I can be good, that's what I want to do," okay, you're going to make $40,000 a year. You know, I like the Dave Ramsey approach and say you can borrow up to your first year of salary. So you can borrow $40,000 for that. Go to a local college. You know, that's investing in yourself. An investment you have to have the mindset is, what return am I going to get on this investment? And if you borrow $400,000 to go to college and you take out a 10-year loan, oh my gosh, you're paying $800-900 a month for 10 years. Your age 60 is going to be bad because of what you did there. The second thing, if you get this right, it's just a huge step forward. Automobiles. This is a big problem in the United States. People graduate college, they owe $400,000, they owe $900 a month on that. Then they go out and buy a new car and $600 a month in car payment and $200 a month in auto insurance. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not used to money. Why not save a little money, go out and buy a Toyota with 100,000 miles on it, pay $8,000 for it, and drive it for another 10 years, you know? And then you say, well, no, wait a second. I've already done this math because I preach this all the time. I say, if you could save $500 a month, say that's the difference. You put that in the 10% growth S&P 500 fund. You do that for 30 years. You have almost $1.2 million. Just that car move, okay? Now you couple this with investing in yourself, and don't borrowing $400,000 to get a teaching degree. Those two things together could probably net you about $2 million by the time you're 60. Everything else is gravy. So those are two simple traps, but people get into them, and I know people that get a new car every other year. But why? What am I doing? Am I trying to impress somebody? What's that about? Cars are investing in yourself in cars. Do those two things right. And you're well down the road. You know, I could add things like, don't buy too big of a house. Things don't buy happiness, like jewelry and clothes and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff's good. You get the invest in yourself right, and you get the automobile thing right, you're in pretty good shape.